The interesting case is what it does, what it says about India's position in the rest of Asia. I would argue that India has already made itself into an Asian power.
Now there is a talk about India moving on to become an economic superpower in none too distant future. I am completely convinced.
What's happened in the last 10 years is the stunning rise of powers like China and India.
पिछली बार जब तुमने कहा था करो या मरो, तब इसने दुनिया का नक्शा बदल डाला। आज जब हम आजादी के 60 वर्ष पार कर रहे हैं, दुनिया की नजर आज फिर से हम पर है।
Well, I consider India a not just regional but global power. I said that in a speech that I gave last week in Washington. I think India has a tremendous opportunity to work to resolve problems regionally and to work with other nations, including the United States, on some of the global challenges we face.
So our budget with a focus to return growth to 9%, I think around 2012 or at the earliest, they say. Given the current global economic picture, I mean, is that realistic or is it a little over-ambitious, do you think?
It's better. I think it's important to say that India is in pretty good shape. And India, indeed, like many other economies, have sort of boomed in recent years. So the growth picture for India in recent years has been one of good stories, good news, optimism, and everything seems to be going up.
Well, it's always a pleasure for me personally to come to India, and I've been here for the last 10 years, and I could observe the transformation of the country. And I think building from scratch a new concept, BPO and outsourcing, has been a fantastic achievement. For us also, BT is important because we employ directly or indirectly 12,000 people, and we're going to move to 18,000 people to the next 2 years. At the same time, we're investing $20 billion in our network. So our objective is to create a new concept. We call this digital network economy, or I call this more simply the digital energy, salmon, water, gas, electricity, in 170 countries. So the objective is for any company in the world to use any point of connection to deliver the service they need, or to produce, the service they need close to the customer. I think also India have set the benchmark. I was in in China a few weeks ago and visiting Beijing and Dalian, and I met the mayor of Dalian. He was introducing, the new city, and he told me, I want to create the Bangalore of China. A few weeks before, I was in Russia. We were opening a big office there, and I was hosted by the Minister of Telecom, and he was promoting, all the efforts. And he told me, we want to create the Bangalore of Russia. And in Brazil, at the beginning of this year, we opened a big headquarters. We have 24 offices now, and we host a big reception at the British Embassy. And I saw Indian guy in a corner, and to see an Indian guy in Brazil, it's like to see a Brazilian guy in a North Pole, So I went to see him and say, what are you doing here? Well, we're going to open 1,100 software development seats here in Brazil. I say, why? Well, it's too expensive in India. So it's very interesting to see that India is creating over time a unique set of skills, and I think also the government the last 2 years has done a tremendous job, to open its networks first, but also its economy, and help investors like us.
Despite today's slump, investors are wondering if shares in the world's second fastest growing major economy are worth another look. Brendan Lothry has more in today's Bloomberg Insight.
Well, India's Sensex stock index plunged 52% in 2008, the biggest ever for that benchmark. And that slump has left Indian stocks valued at 10 times earnings. The average for the 30 companies in the Sensex is about half of the 4-year average of 19. Now, earnings growth for all 30 companies is expected to reach 10% this year. That's according to Bloomberg data. And the International Monetary Fund said that this month that India's economy may expand 6.3% this year. That's far below 2008's 9% pace, but still the fastest after China is among the world's 20 biggest economies. And officials are actively addressing the economic downturn. The Central Bank of India has cut interest rates 4 times since October, looking to pump more money into the economy. And the finance minister is planning to increase government spending or cut taxes to boost growth. Now, money managers such as Templeton's Mark Mobius say the Satyam computer issue is a short-term negative for the Indian market, but the stricter regulation that is likely to come is a long-term positive. International companies such as phone maker Nokia, LG Electronics, PepsiCo, and SAP all plan to expand their businesses in India. That's a key vote of confidence in one of the world's 3 biggest emerging markets.
What is also true is I think that the United States sees India as a global power and a critical partner in helping to deal with the challenges of the 21st century. Everything from climate change to poverty to trade to science and innovation.
हिंदुस्तान उम्मीद से है। आधी सदी तक उठ कर हमने आकाश को पहुंचा है। सूरज से गिरती गर्द को छान के धूप चुनी है। 60 बरस आजादी के। हिंदुस्तान अपने इतिहास के मोड़ पर है। अगला मोड़ और मार्स पे पांव रखा होगा। हिंदुस्तान उम्मीद से है। चलो चलें, जो तुम चलो तो हिंदुस्तान चले।